Hi, I'm Jay Heinrichs. I'm the author of some rhetoric books, including Thank You for Arguing, Word Hero, and How to Argue with a Cat. Lately, teachers, educators in general who have been using my books have been asking me to do some video chats with classes. I've been doing it for years, but I'm taping this during the coronavirus pandemic. And with everybody stuck at home, I'm actually doing as many as 6 or 7 of these video chats per week. But a lot of educators have been asking me for some asynchronous chat sessions where I guess I just talk into this stupid iPhone. So that's what I'm doing. So let me know if you have any questions that you want me to answer or just talk about any kind of topics. Nothing's off limits when it comes to rhetoric. Today's question comes from an educator who asked me to talk about how to write a cover letter. She teaches college level writing and on a very practical level. So let's talk about cover letters. Now, lately, so much of job applications have been automated that you would think that every job application is just being considered by a robot. And in fact, many are, and they're just looking for specific terms. But it's amazing how many jobs still require you to write a real cover letter to an actual human being and accompany it with your resume. Now, here's the biggest mistake people make when they write cover letters. And by the way, we're talking rhetorical theory here, not just me talking about job applications. Though I have been recruited people for jobs over many years, I've personally hired dozens of people. Back when I had a legitimate job. And so I'm speaking from experience, but also from rhetorical theory. Now, the biggest mistake you can make, as I say, is to repeat yourself too much. So think of this. The cover letter should not be a repetition of your resume. Think of it as a trailer for your resume, just like a trailer for a movie. You want that employer to want to read your resume. That is the reason for the cover letter. So what are you going to do? You're going to apply some great persuasion techniques. And one of the most important things is you're going to show your ethos or ethos, your character, who you are, whether you can fit into that company. So the three basic tools of ethos, if you have read any of my books, have to do with what I call craft, cause, and caring, or craft, caring, and cause. What's craft? Well, it shows you know what you're doing and you're not an idiot, basically, that you can solve the problems that the company has. How do you express that in a cover letter? No typos. Read the thing a million times, read it aloud, have other people check it, don't reply on your spell checker. Craft also is a way of your letter should be well written, it should be brief. These are ways that you show your competence. So make sure your cover letter is no more than like a couple of paragraphs at most, very succinct, and the employer should be able to read it in under 20 seconds. Otherwise, you're going to probably exceed her attention span. She's probably looking at a lot of these cover letters. Okay, so that's your craft part of your ethos. You also want to show your caring. And what does that mean? Well, rhetoric, if there's a motto for all of persuasion, it has to do with this. It's not about you. So it's about what your audience wants, what they desire, what they expect in the perfect kind of candidate. So you're going to show that you've done your research on that company, and you're going to write a letter. Each cover letter you do for each job application should be done separately for that company. It doesn't mean completely rewriting your cover letter, but it does mean doing your homework about the employer and proving that you know a bit about it. So I'm applying, you begin the letter, dear Mr. or Mrs. or Ms. So-and-so. Make sure that if you have a contact, definitely use that. Try to get a name of somebody if you can. To whom it may concern is a little bit less effective. Sometimes you have to do that. Then you say, I am applying for the job of so-and-so. I believe I am a perfect fit for this position because, and then show that you've done a little bit of research for the company and how you might fit into it. Okay, do your homework. All right, so that's the caring part of it, which shows that it's not about you, it's about what you can do for the company. And then finally, cause. Well, what's that? That is to show your virtue, that you're a good person and that you're, most importantly, a really good fit. So you can say, as someone who has done this, don't repeat the resume, just a phrase is enough. I think that you will find on my resume that I would be able to do a lot for this company. And now, all right, third thing, pathos, and that's the emotional part of it. I am especially excited by this position. I just feel as if my whole life has been leading up to this. Don't overdo it. But you can talk about why you would be especially excited to have that job. So that is your ethos. You're carrying your craft, you're carrying in your cause. Now, for the outline itself, Cicero, Marcus Tullius Cicero, greatest rhetorician of all time, said that basically an outline of any kind of speech or essay, whatever you're writing, basically goes through the same pattern. You're going to express your character, and we've already talked about that. You're then going to tell your story. Cicero called it the narratio, or the narration. And you're going to say, I discovered at your company, or I found out about the job under these circumstances. If that's appropriate, it's not going to make the thing too long. Talk just a little bit about the path that led to you to apply to this job, if it doesn't repeat your resume. And then finally, you lead with why you're excited about the job, okay? So I'm applying for the job. Here's why it's a good fit. Here's what I know about the company. Here's why I'm excited. That's your cover letter. Now, make sure that you're not repeating your resume. Make sure that this is about what you can do for the company, not what the company can do for you. Spell check it a jillion times, not depending on the computer. And I'll guarantee you have the best trailer for your resume you can possibly come up with. Now, feel free to comment to me on argulab.com and look for the videos that I've done that are actually better produced by this and certainly better scripted and edited. And let me know what else I should be doing. I'm just here stuck at home like the rest of you. All right? Stay healthy.